What's good, everybody? My name is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee.
My name is Mike, aka Uncle Trump, the bootleg historian.
And I'm Lil Raymond Daniels, LR, aka LR.
AKA LR. And this is the 3 G's podcast. Let's go.
What's up?
And so let me just get into why we're doing this. Uncle Michael, I call him Uncle Michael. He raised me like I was his son. Everything that I am as a man that challenges the world, challenges the way the world sees us. Every time y'all see me on a pod talking crazy, whatever it was, I learned everything from him. He's actually way more extreme than me. We got way more stuff to talk about. And Uncle Michael is like my father figure, right? My father's obviously dead, but I bought him on the show. I bought my dad with me, right? R.I.P. to my father. But I always had my Uncle Michael, and he taught me everything. And I begged him to move in with me. So let me tell you guys who Uncle Michael is, just so I can break down a little bit. So Uncle Michael is my uncle who will tell you he's my poor uncle, but he wants to stay poor. He likes
the struggle.
He loves the struggle. He only identifies with the struggle. If it feels easy, if it feels anything, Uncle Michael is that. Uncle Michael is the reason why I cheer for the underdog. Uncle Michael is the reason why I have a $60,000 New York Knicks basketball court at the other house. Uncle Michael is the reason why when I see black people, I want them to win. Uncle Michael is all of those things. He taught me all of those things. And I begged him to move into my house because I knew that my son needed another voice, someone to kind of humble him. Because I tell little Remy he could fly. Like, that's why I teach him. And then I needed someone to tell him, yeah, you spoiled motherfucker.
I tell him how lucky he is.
Exactly. So he tells me he's spoiled, you tell him lucky, but that's why I wanted to do this. We were having a conversation, and I just felt like, like there are a lot of young black men out here who don't have their father, who don't have the father figure, who don't have men to talk to. So to me, that's what this was for. It was just like, I guess it's the male version of Red Table Talk. Okay. So, and this is my son, my future. He has my name, and he can't fuck up. So, like, he can't fuck up at all. Like, my daughter can fuck up a little bit because she's the youngest, but he's the oldest, so he can't mess up. So I just wanted to do a show with us because we argue a lot. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, little Raymond will come in the house and ask Uncle Michael about Donald Trump.
And it pisses me off.
And Uncle Michael hate. Don't talk about Trump. Man, let me tell you about this mother. Let me tell you.
Way before he was the president.
Way before he was the president, by the way. And I like Trump. I don't have a problem with Trump. Yeah. I like Trump because I like the rawness of him.
And I don't know Trump.
And he don't know Trump. So this is going to be speaking from 3 different perspectives. The 3 G's stands for generations. All right, so we about to get into the show. I'm gonna throw the microphone to my son and let him start because he has conversation that he wants to talk to my uncle and myself about. So we don't know what he's about to ask. I think we do know the first one, but we don't know the other one. So let's go.
Just for that, I'm just gonna change it. So since we were talking about Uncle Michael and how he humbles me, Uncle Michael, when you tell me all the time that you hated me, like you would hate me growing up, why would you hate me?
Because you had it all. You was a middle class kid. You was the kid that had it all, and that I wanted to be like you. I wanted to have the kid. You know what I'm saying? You got new every time I turn around, it's something new. And new this, new that. He said he wanted to get a Tesla for his birthday.
Oh wow!
And I told him, number one, I don't like Elon Musk. He's a bore. You just got more shit than I ever had. I didn't have anything until I got here, and Ray bought me a car. You know what I'm saying? But, you're lucky. I'm not saying I'm hating on you, but, I just don't.
You were saying that if you were a child at his age, based on where you are, you would like him.
No, I wouldn't like him. Because when the middle class, he's a real-life Cosby person. You know what I'm saying? When I first seen the Cosby Show, I was thinking to myself, this shit ain't real.
Yes.
Because I never saw anybody that had things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, man, you should see his room. TVs, computers, and everything. I'm like, God damn, he got everything. And then when I pick him up from school, I tell myself I'm not gonna lecture him. And then every time I get in the car, I say, Ray, man, the black man, you better be careful.
That's what the white people.
I said, just be careful.
Uncle Michael is like Dr.
Don't
Umar. He definitely wants to see black people win and be successful. This is who I've learned a lot
and I love black love. I love black love.
As y'all see with his shirt that he wears.
I want to be black. I just want to see black people achieving.
So I want to tell y'all something. This is I like this show because it gives us a chance to show you how important perspective is. So I grew up in a house with that, right? So Uncle Michael told me Uncle Michael taught me to be everything I am today, but he didn't believe I was going to be there.
No, I did
We
not.
can talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, because okay, let's get it all out.
Let's get honest. So Uncle Michael went to school for music.
I went to school.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I got an associate's degree in music management. I went to school in New York, Center for the Media Arts, and I didn't do shit. And the closest I got to was, I got a job working in post production in the shipping department. Now I'm gonna tell you a real story, Ray, and I'm waiting till this time to tell you.
Let's go.
Right? So my first job, I worked at VCA Teletronics, right?
Yep.
And what I do, I was working in shipping, right? Now we work with CBS Record. Now
that's
Sony Music.
Sony Music, yep.
Right? So I just wanted to get in that building. I could not get into that building.
Yeah.
When I bring a package, I couldn't get past the messages.
Yep.
Couldn't get past the messenger.
Okay.
All my life I wanted to get in that building.
Okay.
The next generation, what happens?
I get in.
He gets in and he's
I'm
the
vice
vice
president of Epic Records.
And to me, that's America. But I always think I look at you, and I'm no joke. I mean, I love my nephew, and Ray loves me more than I love myself.
Yes.
And we had a time where we didn't want to speak to
Yeah.
each other. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. I mean, out of my other nieces and nephews, no disrespect, but me and Ray and Nadia, my other niece, was tight.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But I sometimes look at Ray and say, what the fuck did he got?
But here's the crazy part. So this is the ironic part about it. I got it from him, and I didn't know that he was giving it to me, but he didn't. I guess he was like, he didn't believe it. So when I told him I was gonna try to be in the music business, he was like, "You sure you want to do that?"
I thought he was crazy. He had a job with Delta, and I'm gonna tell you, I put in an application with Delta, and they called me the next day.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a driver's license.
Yeah.
I learned how to drive at 50.
Yep.
You know
I
what
bought
I'm
him a
saying?
car. I bought him a car at 50 and
but I
made
didn't have
him
a driver's
drive.
license. So I blew it. I'm like, and when he was with Delta, I'm thinking to myself, Ray was doing bad. Ray was living in my back room.
Can I tell the story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so listen. So first of all, this is why I wanted to do this, because I want y'all to understand that family is family, and no matter how different we are, we love each other. So I want to be in the music business. I quit my job. I've been quit Delta by this time, and everybody's like I'm dumb. I was selling weed, hustling, and I got robbed. And I was like, I'm not a hustler. I can't sell drugs. So I never did it again. And me and my girlfriend was breaking up. And my car was being repoed. And I didn't have nowhere to go. So I go to Uncle Michael. Yeah, because Nana, my mom, his grandmother, told me, you can't live in my motherfucking house and chase a dream. You're going to get the fuck out. So where do I go, guys? I go to Uncle Michael. I know he's the safest place for me. He supports me. He supports my dream. Number one, he'll tell you, I'm just being Ray. And by the way, I was raised in the house of Uncle Michael, but I'm just being Ray. And at the time, I love women. So Uncle Michael would be like, I still love women, but Uncle Michael was like, man, you have sex more in my house. And
Yeah, I mean, Ray, that 1 year, he had sex more in my house than I lived it for 20 years. And he brought different girls there. And I was first like, Ray, you got to be careful. And then part of me was like envious. Like, look at this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. I mean, he met some girls. I'm like, this shit, me? I say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and don't get shit. He go, hey, bitch, boom.
I ain't saying
jump
bitch.
on him. I mean, they jump on him. I still don't understand girls. I don't understand black girls today.
So let me tell you something. So Uncle Michael was kind of like my North Star, right, in life. Because it was like, I never told him this personally, but he was always my moral compass, right? Let me give you a little bit of information, son. This is what changed my mind. This is what changed my life. I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, let me get back to the house first before I get to there. So I move in his house. Man, the room was so fucking small.
Yes, it was.
You could not walk with two legs. You had to walk sideways
I remember that.
because you weren't even born.
I was there in the house.
Yeah, but you ain't see the room on my
The
bed.
king-size
But you
bed.
saw the bed. The room looked like it can't fit a king size bed.
He had
All
a
I had
king-size
was a
bed.
king size
Yeah,
bed because I
that's
was
all
bringing
he
on
had.
my girlfriend. I'm moving to Uncle Michael's house. I'm chasing my dream. I remember Uncle Michael made me feel like shit one New Year's Eve because I didn't spend it with family.
Yeah.
And Uncle Michael was like, "What kind of fucking man are you in there crying?"
remember that.
Because my mother every year New Year's Eve I spent with my mother, and this
Yeah.
was like when we was having. This was before you was born. This
You
was
was
when the
sad.
family was fucked up, Raymond.
Yeah, we was
You were born into an amazing situation.
Yeah.
just
remember
want
that.
you to know that. So I remember. So Uncle Michael comes to me one day, and I have a cousin Nadia, who ironically lives in the guest house at my other house, who doesn't even acknowledge that this happened. So Uncle Michael comes to me and he says, "Raymond, you got to get out my house. So I'm like, what? I don't know where to go. He says, if you don't leave, Nadia's going to leave. And Nadia gives me $400 a month for rent, and I can't afford to lose her $400 a month. So I love you, nephew, but you got to get out. And it was, and by the way, I wasn't mad at him. No. I understood. I was mad at Nadia. I'm not gonna lie. She still kind of owes me an apology. I mean, I really feel that way because it was
why
like.
Why are you mad at Nadia?
Because she had no reason to put me out. It was just she told Uncle Michael, I don't think it's fair that I pay rent and he doesn't.
Oh, she told Uncle. Okay.
So but she had the master bedroom and I was only there at night. But she was like, I gotta get out. So Nadia puts me out. Uncle Michael puts me out, and that's when I go live with women. I pack my bed up.
King size bed.
I packed my king size bed up, and I move into this girl house. Shout out to Stephanie Sugar. I moved into her house, and I lived there for basically a year and a half. And while I chased my dream, and I wasn't around none of them because she lived in Marietta, and I didn't have time to go all the way to College Park.
But did you tell the people that you used to pass out flyers?
I did a lot of stuff to get there, but my point is that my cousin put me out my uncle's house, and I think Uncle Mike always thought I felt a way about that, which I didn't. Mm-hmm. And when my Uncle Larry, R.I.P. Uncle Larry, his brother about a year older than him, when he passed away, I asked Uncle Michael to move in. I had to buy him a car
and a MacBook
to move him in this house, which. This room and that room alone, and maybe the bathroom is bigger than his whole house, but I had to beg him to move in, and I bought him a car and a MacBook. But the nature of our relationship is he always felt like he didn't deserve. He always felt like he always had a low self-esteem.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
He gave me the confidence, no matter false or not, for him to be this, and I just wanted Uncle Michael to live a great life.
Yep, and something else Ray did for me. And if you remember, when I was working at the St. Joseph Hospital, you told me to quit the job.
Yeah.
And you said, don't worry about the mortgage.
And have you worried about it since?
No, I haven't worried about it since. But I was like, I didn't want to. I felt like a man needed to take care of himself, and I felt like I never really got comfortable in this house until one day. And I don't know if I ever told you, I was in the jacuzzi chilling on a hot day. Now COVID was out. COVID was killing people left and right, and I'm in his jacuzzi. And
our jacuzzi.
I was confused. I said to myself, "Damn, I'm looking for something to worry about," and I'm like, "I ain't got nothing to worry about." And then people, people will come up to me and kind of mess with my manhood, like, he's taking care of you, and I hate when people, what the fuck you mean Ray taking care of me? And the truth is, Ray did take care. Ray loved me more than. It's funny that I got other nieces and nephews. But we are the tightest one. And I'm glad because Ray kind of saved my life.
And not only that, I'm going to tell you something. I do take care of him. But my thing is, I think he doesn't understand that. I keep telling him, I'm like, I'm taking care of you as payback. Because when I was nobody, when I didn't even think I could be somebody, the only person that told me I could be somebody was you.
Yeah. Because you're the only one who would listen to me.
Well, you told everybody else. That's true.
Nobody
That's true.
Don't listen to me. My brothers and sisters, I had a lot of issues with my mother, you know what I'm saying? Me, I was a dreamer.
Yep.
When I graduated high school, nobody said, yeah, damn, you graduated high school. It was like, so fucking what? I went into the military, honorable discharge, good conduct medal, never got in trouble, never been in jail. And I'm like, they looked at me like I wasn't shit. You ain't shit. I felt like shit forever. Ray would definitely know the story about the chicken and shit,
Yeah.
And and then my brother who was doing things where I didn't agree with.
My uncle was selling drugs. And this is the important part of the story. We moved here because my uncle was hustling, and he moved the entire family out the projects at once.
Why'd he move them?
Somebody was looking for us.
Somebody was looking for us. Somebody was looking for us.
Somebody, they damn near came in and tried to kill the family.
Yeah, and then they all moved into our house in Patterson Projects.
Yep. And I had no place to go.
And he had to stay.
I stayed at my cousin's house, and that was crazy.
Yeah.
And then me and Larry had nowhere to go, so we stayed at Derek told us to go back to our house.
Yeah.
And he had 2 dudes staying there. And the story behind that shit, I don't even want to get in there. He had 2 dudes staying with us.
Yeah.
And nobody fucked with us after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Uncle Derek. I know you don't like.
That's true.
Because let me tell you something. By the way, I also want to take a little bit of credit that I'm the reason why Uncle Michael and Uncle Derek. By the way, we are a tight family. Uncle Michael and Uncle Derek lived. They've been in my life more than my own father has. 25 years they went straight and didn't say a word to each other.
Yeah.
Like we would be in the same house
Yeah.
because Uncle Derek was like the fucking man. Like he can't. I am Uncle Derek to the family.
Right.
Now, like Uncle Derek had all the money, all the girls, all the cars, and all the praise. And Uncle Michael would be like, "Man, I don't sell drugs, and my own mother don't even say hello to me, Raymond. This family is fucked up, Raymond." I'm 11 years old, Raymond. He's telling me this family is fucked up.
I try to do the right
Tell me
thing.
that all the time.
I walk in the house and they be like, you know, it's funny, like when somebody walk in the house and it's like, oh, the lights come on, and I walk in the house, it's you. I'm like, damn, it kind of defeated my dreams, and especially I went to school and all that shit, you know. It's just so funny that I see Ray with people. You know, one time he was in the mall
Yep.
and you saw Chili
For TLC.
and you saw Dallas,
Austin.
yeah. And you know, he had a office right next to the Art Institute.
Yeah.
And I tried to get an internship.
Yeah.
The motherfucker wouldn't even look at me. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to, when I saw him that day, I wanted to laugh at him because he had just got out of jail. He was
Oh,
he
shit.
got jail.
Okay.
Nigga, that's why he went to jail, because I'm just saying, I wasn't the type of person that they wanted to get. Now, when people know
You
me,
thought.
yeah.
thought.
I'm just saying, I have to let people warm up to me to like me.
You
know what I'm
think
saying?
everything
But-
he said you think. By the way,
Yeah.
this is why I stay on you, because Uncle Michael, he was giving me all the confidence. By the way, but he wasn't keeping it for himself. That is a parent's. I don't want to. I want to say role.
Responsibility.
It's
yeah.
responsibility. Like I want you to have better than I have, and I have a lot, but I want you to have
Yeah.
better than I have. But Uncle Michael was trying to give me that better, and I wanted it. But Uncle Michael is my hero. He raised me like I was his own son, and he taught me, and I'm just glad that we could do this.
Yeah, I mean, I warmed up to this house. I ain't gonna lie.
He like it
You know what
now.
I'm saying? I warmed up to this house, and you know, the fact that my nephew provided me with everything I need. you know,
Family though. And
and,
see,
you know,
see, this is my thing,
I had a
guys.
car that I never bought a car in my life, and I'm not bragging, but I never bought a car in my life. You know what I'm saying? And
I bought him a car before he knew how to drive.
Yeah, I mean, there's a story behind that. Ray bought me a car. It was in my driveway, forever. And this dude,
Oh yeah, that was the second one I bought
the
you.
second
Yes,
one, this dude
That-
would
this is-
come
yeah.
by.
Yeah.
And said, "Man, what you doing with this car?" I said, "Man, I'm gonna learn how to drive this car."
Never
you know,
did.
and he's like, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna learn how to drive." So 6 months later, he knocked on the door. Man, he gave me $1,000. Said, "I want this car." Then I called you. I said,
Yeah.
"Ray, I don't know." And and then I promised you that I
Yeah,
would drive.
yeah.
And you bought me another car.
Yeah.
And then but I did. Man, my driving experience was terrible. You
Uncle
know,
Michael's still driving the highway now.
Oh no,
doesn't like
not as bad as it was, But the first time I took the driver's test, I fucked up so bad they didn't even put me in the road. He told me to get the fuck out. He told me to get the fuck out. And then, and then when I got my license, I worked for FEMA, and they sent me to California. I mean, California was that August of 2017. I'm in California. Man, I was so scared driving. Man, I parked that car right at the hotel. And I took the bus to FEMA. And then I met
That's
somebody
what my
else
Uncle Michael
to
is,
pick me up.
guys.
You know?
That's what my Uncle Michael is, guys. He would rather ride the bus.
Yeah, I love public
Because
transportation.
and by the way, Uncle Michael is way more comfortable around poor people than he is successful people.
That's true.
Yeah. Is it like an intimidation thing?
It used to be. And with him, his ride wasn't coming, and I was picking him up. And I've been watching him. I watched him. And I never told you this, but I love the fact that you come out with confidence. When you come out that school, I'm saying, you ain't looking down. You act like you don't belong here. You remember right when we went to Lenox Mall,
Yep.
and he was like, "Uncle Michael, act like you belong here." And I'm like, normally people like, what, I'm like apologizing to people. Yo, I'm broke. My nephew got money. You know what I'm saying? And then he took me shopping, and I'm telling you, that's the best experience I had. He bought me a pair of Giselle glasses and some nice clothes and shit. And I started feeling myself like, damn.
And then he felt himself. Then you humbled yourself again.
I humble myself.
I
because
keep
I'm like,
telling him to stop humbling himself.
Shit, man. I said, Ray, when Ray started traveling, and and he comes in with sweatsuits and all that, and I was like, damn, Ray, why you wearing a sweatsuit traveling? Because I grew up, with the Yankees, and
Yeah.
every time the Yankees going to, we live near Yankee Stadium, and so I like to see the players come in and out.
Yeah.
And then you could tell when the players on the road, they would wear a suit, tie, and briefcase.
Yep.
And I couldn't wait till I go on the road like that, and I'm seeing him with sweatsuits and clothes, and I mean, I was like, damn, Ray, that ain't travel stuff,
He always says like that he wanted to be that. My only dream was to never have to wear a suit and carry a briefcase. That's been my dream. Uncle Mike, I'm gonna ask you a question. Then Raymond, I'm gonna throw it to you. Okay. Have you ever said out your mouth, "I'm in the car with my dad, headed to his office"?
Oh yeah.
No.
I haven't either.
I have.
Yeah.
And he had, and we was on my way to my office, and he said it the other day. He was on the phone with somebody. He was like, "Oh no, I'm in the car with my dad. I'm on my way to his office right now." And I remember he hung with the phone, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. I mean,
I wish. And by the way, I am everything I am because I never told this to my son. I used to lie and do that. I used to tell my friends, "Yeah, I'm on my way to my dad's office."
You know what I used to lie and do, Ray? My mother was on welfare her whole life.
You don't know what that is.
And one day, Grandma, we went to the welfare, and I saw somebody I went to school with. Now I know 99% of people I went to school was on welfare.
Yeah.
And I pointed to a different mother.
What is
Welfare.
What?
I know it's like a check.
You get a check every 2 weeks.
It's government assistance.
Government assistance.
You get a check
Every 2 weeks.
you get it. Well, I thought it was every month.
No, well, down here is every month. New York is every 2 weeks.
So yeah, so all you have to do is go down to this office, the welfare office, apply for it, tell them how much
And it comes
income
in the
you
mail.
had, and you get a check every 2 weeks.
I mean, you could tell a welfare day because music be playing.
You already just asked?
Can I get welfare?
No, you can't do welfare.
You can't get welfare.
But I was I looked
You're
at
not
Ray,
qualified for
like,
what are you talking?
He never had to deal with food stamps. He never had. He like me and your aunt got to an argument because
What is food stamps?
food stamp was a coupon where you. I
It
mean,
was
not
money.
back in days.
It was embarrassing
but
back
it was
in the day.
coupons.
Food stamps back in the day was embarrassing shit.
Embarrassing.
Because food stamps, remember, they would give it to you in a book.
In a book.
And you had to like a little book of it looked like money. So imagine dollars, somebody giving you $100 in a book. And the only way that they will cash the dollars is if you have the book with you.
Yeah, you had to have the book with you.
You have to have the book with you. You can't meaning you can't rip out and give everybody money and
Yeah,
everybody
you
go
gotta
spend it.
have
No,
the book,
if you want to spend it, you have to have the book. And then if I want to spend it, I have to have the book. And we were so embarrassed to be on food stamps, but it was weird because our mothers did not care.
Didn't give a fuck.
Like my mother would be like, "God damn, I gave you $20 food stamps. Bring that shit back."
Shit, I would go down the block across the street. I wasn't
want
going
my
to the local
change.
store with food stamps. Especially a girl that I like. You know what I'm saying? That's embarrassing.
told me this
You have a food stamp, coupons. I would go up the block, round the corner, down the. I'm not going to the store across the street.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anybody with a food stamp. But you know what? It was the best thing that happened to us because we ate.
Yeah, but but it's say the story about how you pointed to another. I want to talk about that.
Yeah, because I pointed to another guy. I pointed to another girl.
No, what happened? No, you don't remember what happened. Tell me the story again.
Oh, okay. So we in the welfare, and I saw somebody I went to school with. And he said, "What you here doing on welfare?" And he was straight up. My mom's waiting, trying to get a check. And I'm like, "Yo, yeah, my mom's work here. I'm just waiting on my mom." And I swear to God, I never told this to my mother, and I apologize. I pointed to another, like, "There's my mom right there." She was one of the co-workers. I wouldn't tell her my mom's trying to get a check too. You know what I'm saying? But I mean. Now that I know about it, it was designed, welfare, in my opinion, it's designed to make you lazy and destroy the black man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's designed to make you...
Destroy the black family.
Destroy the black family.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
Uncle Michael, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if a husband and a wife can apply for welfare.
No, you can't.
So the only way a woman can get welfare is if no man was in the house. Yep. So women in the projects wouldn't want their man to live in the house because they will also send out like social workers and stuff that would check on you, check to see if you got a man in the house. Yeah. And if you had a man in the house, you don't qualify for the check.
Yep.
So that's why they said it killed the black family because then black women, what they wanted was they wanted the money, they wanted the man out the house so they could qualify for more money. Right. And the more kids you had, the more money you got.
White people actually believe that. They believe that you was having kids just to get more wealth. You only get like $100, but that's the belief that we was like that.
That's how fucked up we was. That we wanted, like my cousin Cheryl, R.P. Cheryl. Cheryl had more kids than everybody. So she had her welfare check was like $700 every 2 weeks, and then every month, and then. It was just, I ain't gonna lie, man. I just want you to know, son, you are lucky as fuck.
Yeah, and I always tell Ray about the refrigerator game.
What?
The refrigerator game.
What's the refrigerator game?
Well, the refrigerator game is when you would brag to your friends that you had a lot of food in the fridge. And he said that one kid had like a
box of lard.
A box of lard.
And a jug of water.
Y'all made fun of him?
We call him lard. But when we got food, I'm getting something to eat. You open up the refrigerator and all this food and shit, you know. And then when you got nothing to eat, you just cover it slow, water and shit. My mother, she would buy spicy ham with cheese, man, you know. I mean, now it's like, you know, we didn't have shit. Like you 16, you 15, right?
15.
I didn't have my clothes. I didn't have enough clothes till I was 16. You know, when
Can
I
I tell you something? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Hold on, let's do that, Uncle Michael. Let's switch it up. Let's tell them about our lives when we was 15.
Wait, before y'all do that, welfare. Could white people have welfare?
Yes, white people can have welfare.
Were there white people in the project?
You know what?
Yes.
Let me tell you what they did, right? There was white people in the project, but what they did is they segregated you. Like in the South Bronx, I don't think I ever had white neighbors, but they did put them in the projects up north. You know, where our cousin Walkers live at. Mm-hmm. They had white people.
Yeah.
But where we live at in the South Bronx, we had no white people. You know what I'm saying? The only white people I remember seeing is the teachers and the police.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they segregated that. Even Atlanta, I found out that, you know, Techwood was the first project in Atlanta, but that was made for white people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And there was the other projects that were made for black people.
Techwood was the first projects
You know?
in the country.
Yeah, it was the first projects in the country, you know, so... You know, it's really designed to make you inferior. There's a lot of other reasons, you know, when we talk about the industrial complex, all the jobs left, you know what I'm saying, the Vietnam War, all that shit is the reason why a lot of brothers are fucked up. I was trying to tell you, your granddaddy was in the Vietnam War. You know what I'm saying?
Everything I learned from, I want y'all to know, this is who I grew up with. Everything he doing, Lil Raymond, he did it to me. I was 11, 12.
The reason why I learned that is because someone get a check from that.
Well,
hold on, somebody get a check from what I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing?
The reason why I know that is because someone, not gonna say, but someone gets a check from that Vietnam. My grandfather.
My mother, Nana gets a check from my dad.
Gets a check. He always talks about.
Can I just say something? My mother tried to send me to the army when I was 18 years old.
I'm glad you didn't.
Because she said, "You gonna send me a check," and I was like, and I signed up. She took me to take the ASVAB test. I signed up, Raymond, passed it with a 67. You had to have like a 54 or something. Passed it with a 67, and they registered me for the Air Force. And then the guy called me early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing it." That's another thing. I didn't want a job where I had to wake up in the morning. I wanted a job that I can wake up when I wake up and I can go do it.
You know, but I'm glad you didn't, because you really did. There's no draft. But we have what they call an economic drive.
Yeah.
And the military is a quick way to get out the ghetto. And for that, I got it. You know, I got out the ghetto and I seen shit that my brothers and sisters, besides Chucky, who was in the Army, seen shit. But on the other hand, you might die. And then you should understand that you might die for a cause that you don't even know. Like when I got into the military, I started learning about South Africa. I started learning a lot of shit. I read the autobiography of Malcolm X. And I started running to damn, what is my purpose in the military? But they tell you, we're going to get your ass out the ghetto, which they did.
They do.
But your ass might die. And you might die for...
And to be honest with you, that is something that we don't talk enough about, is that the military is is the lowest hanging, easy way out the hood, but you're still risking your life to do it.
The chances of you coming back worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to the VA all the time, and you can see a lot of brothers, they worse. It's worse. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know... I realize, what the fuck, why are you going to, like, just recently, three black people died in I believe, Iraq, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, damn, that's not what they want they join the military for. They more than likely join the military just to get out the ghetto. Now, you got people who I call Rambos. Yeah. Rambos is one that just want to fight shit. Yeah. They just want to go in there and fight. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then, you know, you got another, like, other immigrants. It's easier to be a citizen if you go into the military as an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they would fast your citizenship. So, you know, I am glad you didn't join the Navy, the military. You know, and he shouldn't have to join unless you want to join.
He ain't joining.
I don't want to join.
He ain't joining.
What you do in the military?
I'm sorry, I no disrespect to the military, but I did not work that hard to send my son away for somebody to yell in his face and tell him what being a man is about.
I was a cook. I cooked on this ship. It damn near killed me. I cooked for 6,000 people. You know, I'm glad I've been around the world. And then I got out the military saying I would never cook again. I went to school and all that shit, and then I wound up cooking for another 20 years. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's why, you know, I'm like, you know, like if I were to live life again, I should just work for the city.
Nah,
you know
man, you should have went for your dreams.
Mean, I had these dreams. Oh, excuse me. I had these dreams, and you know.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
Okay,
me.
Okay, Okay, this is what
Did
happened.
you really want to be in the music?
No, this is what happened. I wanted to.
Great question, right?
Okay, this is what happened. When I joined the military, I was gonna do 20 years, right?
Yep.
Then, I think 1987, I saw a movie called School Days, and damn, that's what. That's it, right? And then I started, and then I remember 1989, I saw Do the Right Thing, and if I would ever see Spike Lee, I would explain Do the Right Thing blew me away, and I said, that's what the fuck I want to do.
Make movies.
And then, Spike Lee, he went to NYU. Now, before he went to Morehouse, then he went to NYU. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm just going to NYU. So I went down to NYU to apply, and I couldn't get in. First of all, it was too expensive, and I didn't have the scores.
How expensive was
It was very expensive. I mean, it ain't expensive as it is now, but, I had a little GI Bill.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do
It
that.
didn't qualify.
Right. So one day I'm watching TV. No, before that, when I was in Virginia, I saw a commercial about the Art Institute of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I was saying, damn, I would love to go to the Art Institute. Never in my life thought about I was going to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So when in New York, I saw a commercial for Center for the Media Arts, and that was like a trade school. Mm-hmm. And it's 6 months trade school, but they just throw it at you, man. I mean, I learned a lot right there, man. Learn how to work TV, all the stuff that we see over here. I wanted to do. And my goal was I wanted to do documentaries about black people. And then I finished the school, and I got a job with security. But they said, okay, we're gonna let you work at HBO. So I got a job working at
Security,
HBO.
working at HBO.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and
I didn't know
think
that.
was to try to
Get in the other way.
Get in the other
Yeah.
way. You know what I'm saying?
They look down on you.
I had a few interviews, but that didn't work. And then I got a job with a company called VCA Teletronics. And that job, I was working in shipping. But again, people move up. And I realized, man, New York is a real privileged place. And let's say if you Italian, you're going to hire Italian.
I think you should, though. I don't think
if
there's
you're
nothing wrong with
Jewish,
that. Yeah, you should hire Jewish people.
I mean, my boss, his last name was McGee. And every time we see somebody that come in, the interview, they got Murray. You could tell the Irish name. I said, he going to hire them. You know what I'm saying? And it was me and this Puerto Rican guy. And they was like, y'all niggas stand at the bot. You know what I'm saying? But, they was moving up. But we looking at each other like, why we not moving up? And then he kind of felt sorry for me, so he tried to give me a lateral transfer, And, I'm like, I ain't never going nowhere. You know what, Ray? You know how much money I was making?
How much?
$5.35 an hour.
$5.35 an hour.
Yep. And it was just the worst time of my life because all that shit was happening in the Bronx and people was getting killed. And then I was coming home to fucking crackheads and shit. By the way, the best blowjob I ever had was
Uncle Michael, no.
That took a turn.
No. I told you I ain't gonna let my uncle. He would say that mid-conversation. Like,
I mean, hey.
Out of nowhere.
yeah.
But I mean, everybody was on crack. And it was just a crazy time in my life. And that's when, I don't know if I ever told you, I was very depressed for a lot of years.
For sure.
And I mean, I was just, every fucking move I made was wrong.
So here's the thing. I'm going to give you some information. So I have Uncle Michael, who I look up to, and I have my Uncle Derek, who is like God to me, right? Uncle Michael is like, I'm in the house with him every day. Uncle Derek was the fucking man. And he still is. And I watched Uncle Michael, who did everything right, I mean, the man didn't even steal. He wouldn't, when you're in a project, you do dumb shit to get by. He didn't do none of that shit. And I watched him play by the rules and get nowhere. And I watched Uncle Derek break every rule and got somewhere.
Yeah.
But I also knew that Uncle Michael he had the moral compass in the family. So I'm watching the moral compass lose, basically. Right? Then you start realizing that the system is set up for us to lose.
Yeah, it is designed.
And Uncle Michael was my example that the system is against me, and he didn't even know it because I was just watching him play by the system rules and not get nowhere. And that's what made me say, you know what, I'm going to have Uncle Michael's heart.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get Uncle Derek's brain. I'm going to get this motherfucking money.
He was a hustler. I
ain't going to lie to you. That was honestly what happened.
He was a hustler.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to tell his life story, but, he got a job working at a candy store. And he was just doing candy, and then he went to numbers. And those baseball cards that you got?
Age.
Those baseball cards that you got?
Still
You know, I got
LeBron.
him. I
He
still
thinks
got
I-
him.
he thinks
I
I
got
sold
baseball
him.
cards
I
from
still got
1977. I always wanted to give it to my son, but that didn't happen.
So, but let's say this. So speaking of sports, Little Raymond is a sports fan, and he has. Uncle Mike, I'm gonna ask you a question. NBA, because he already said what he said already on the beginning. I'm gonna ask you straight up. NBA, Uncle Michael, who is the greatest player of all time?
I would say Magic, and then I would say LeBron.
So Magic.
Wait, you hear that? He didn't say MJ's second. He didn't say MJ's first.
Uncle Michael. Okay, let me teach you something, son. Uncle Michael hates winners.
Nah, I didn't like Magic. I mean, I didn't like MJ because I just
Wait.
felt like he was. I
Ask
didn't
him.
like his attitude. I thought he
You
was
don't like
That's
his
what-
arrogance.
he was arrogant. That's the word.
But
I
you
never,
mistake arrogance for confidence, Uncle Michael.
Yeah, I didn't like his arrogance.
But
You know,
but-
I love LeBron because LeBron, he want to take everybody with him. You know what I'm saying? I love LeBron. Even now, his son is
you
going
talking
pro.
about LeBron as a person. I'm talking about
I
best.
think
If you ask
on
me
the
who's the
court-
best
Wait,
person,
about
I think LeBron is a way better person than probably all of them.
Yeah,
we
so you
asking
gotta-
who is the best basketball
Okay,
player
I still would say LeBron.
over Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Thank you.
See, y'all wasn't around when
Thank
they was
you.
losing.
Who was it?
You wasn't LeBron. I mean, Magic. I mean,
Uncle Mike, I've been
Jordan.
watching the NBA since like
No.
'87.
Oh,
Okay,
see, look,
I can go
show
back
you.
before '87.
Oh, well, I can't, but I'm trying to tell you. No, don't try to get stats.
I can go back
I'm
before
not
'87.
Okay, let me say what he's saying.
NFL in the NBA playoffs, MJ lost in the first round, 1984, 1985, no, 1985, 1984, 1986, 1987, 1988, 1989, and finally beat a very average, who their leading scorer was James Worthy. Not saying that he wasn't good, but James Worthy was, Magic was not, you know, it wasn't the team that everybody knows the Lakers as. So he beat a very average Lakers team in the finals.
Hey, can I tell-
and the reason why he beat the bad boy Pistons was because they were past their prime. They won 42 games.
Oh
That's
my
the
God,
only way he could
Raymond,
beat them.
Raymond, can I talk now?
Go ahead.
Number one, you just proved to me why Michael Jordan is the fucking GOAT. Because he lost to all of those teams first round, like you said. I don't know if that's a fact, but you said it, so I'm going to take it as a fact because you my son and you smart. He lost all those rounds. And guess what he did instead of what your GOAT LeBron did? He stayed, he went in the gym, he got better, and he came back and beat everybody who beat him. Meanwhile, LeBron couldn't beat them. And because he crowned himself king when he was your age, never put it on the line, never put his crown on the line, right? Got drafted by Cleveland, knew he was getting beat. He goes and plays with Dwayne Wade, who was from his draft class, who won a championship already. So, let me tell you what I want you to understand something. See, it's a little deeper than me. LeBron to me is probably the greatest athlete of all time, but LeBron doesn't represent what a man is to me, as far as him as a player, not him as a man, him as a player, right? LeBron is the reason why the NBA is fucked up right now. Let me tell you why. Michael Jordan, superstar, right? Dominique Wilkins, superstar. All the superstars was playing in the dunk contest. Every superstar that came in that could dunk, that could jump, that they wanted to be in the dunk contest. Why LeBron didn't do it? Because he didn't want to risk losing by himself.
He was not. He was not that type of dunker.
Nah, he's a star. Kobe
He wasn't
Bryant.
that type of dunker. LeBron.
No, he is that type. He's so great.
LeBron,
Let me tell you something.
I think the NBA is fucked up.
First of all,
It is.
No, LeBron fucked the NBA up because LeBron.
No, the 3 points.
He got rid. No,
Steph Curry.
No,
was fucking up the
Steph
NBA.
Curry made the NBA the
Steph
shit.
Curry is
Steph
fucking
Curry
up.
saved the
Steph
NBA.
Curry did
Bullshit.
save the NBA.
I'm so tired of go to the wings. There's no center. Where's the fucking center? I mean,
The game is
they
different now
they
because
to the
of him.
wing. Steph Curry.
Exactly.
Three. Even that chick that the game with the white girl. 3.
Caitlin Clark.
I mean, I want somebody to go down low.
Caitlin
The
Clark.
Moses
No, he said
Malone.
white girl. He talking about that. I know
Daryl
what you're talking
Dokins. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody going down low. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's NBA was perfect.
And guess what? Because they're not going down low, they're playing longer, right?
And they take time off.
They're taking time off, and and by the way, all those things to me, I don't have a problem with. I like the 3-point shot. I'm just saying, LeBron never participated in a slam dunk contest. He never did anything that put him on the line himself. I love Kobe because Kobe, by the way, Kobe has his father in his life. Michael Jordan has his father in his life. I always say the difference between them as players and LeBron as a player is LeBron didn't have his dad in his life. Because your dad would have told you, fuck that. We gonna stay here and beat their ass. And your mama gonna say, let's do whatever we gotta do, baby, to get out of here, baby, and win, baby. And they went and they won a championship. But let me tell you something, Raymond. If you come in here saying something was wrong, I'm your dad, we gonna back out there to fix it. That's what the dad does. Meanwhile, and by the way, LeBron also, great father, great businessman, great everything. But you seeing who he really is, though. Let me give you an example. LeBron's son. LeBron tweets, my son is Bronny's better than 85% of players in the NBA. I'm waiting to play with Bronny. Everybody's like, Bronny. And then, God happens, and he has the health problem. That's not out of our power. That's not in our power. And then Bronny got to go back down. Now, mind you, a real man would have been like, it's coming. We good. Let's keep going. Fuck the critics. Fuck the haters. I'm looking at you in your eyes, your father. That's what a dad does. Mm-hmm. But he's like, leave Bronny alone. I'll never tell the world, leave Lil Raymond alone. I'm raising him to be a king. I want y'all to challenge him.
Well, then
I want y'all, because guess what? Every time y'all break him down, he going to come sit right with his dad, and I'm going to say, fuck that, let's get up and do it again. We going to fight together.
But he going to have niggas like me that want him to fail. Because he got shit.
But my thing is this. I know that. And that's why. And because I'm from the hood, I understand how it goes. I can't change the world's mentality like LeBron's trying to do. Leave Bronny alone when he's losing. But when he's winning, my son is better. Dog. And I'm a LeBron fan, bro. But nobody's above criticism. And my only thing I'm saying to him is that I'd much rather my son be like, personality-wise, Michael Jordan the player than LeBron the player. LeBron wants to play with everybody. Of course I want to play with great players. Man, Michael Jordan wanted to beat everybody. That's what makes him the greatest.
But he's an arrogant motherfucker.
He lost to Orlando,
I don't care. Listen, arrogance is... let me tell you something, Uncle Michael. Arrogance is not a character flaw.
I just never...
It's just something that you don't like because
I don't like arrogance. I think
and what I'm telling you is, let me tell you something that changed my life. By the way, I love Uncle Michael, but there were certain things that I had to change.
That's true.
I had to reset what he taught me. So here's an example. I couldn't stand Kobe Bryant. Couldn't stand him. I'm talking to one of my mentors, Kevin Hall. He says to me, you not a Kobe fan? I was like, nah, not really. By the way, I sound like Uncle Michael. Why you don't like Kobe? He arrogant. I'm sound like Uncle Michael. Then you know what he says to me? He says, let me ask you a question. Do you wake up, and I'm going to ask both of y'all a question. Do you wake up every day of your life and give it your best?
I try.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's the difference between me and y'all. I do. I don't half-ass nothing.
Yeah.
I give every day. So mind you, here's what I'm saying. That's something that y'all got to change. If I wake up as a man, my job is to give my very best. The only person who knows if I'm giving my very best is me and God.
Now you got to live with yourself, right?
So what I'm saying is that he asked me, do you wake up every day and give your best? I was like, absolutely. He said, do anybody work harder than you? I was like, I don't think so. I know I work the hardest. He said, do you expect to win? I was like, hell yeah, I expect to win. I'm working my ass off. He said that you're Kobe Bryant.
Exactly.
And at that very moment, I started liking Kobe.
But you got to be humble in this.
No, you don't.
No.
Humble is what Uncle Michael. Humble is what they teach poor people to be, to keep them poor. And that's what I
just think, man, you got to be humble, man.
I'm talking to somebody that was humble half his life and got arrogant the other half. No, I'm telling you.
I'd rather be around. Okay.
Rather be around.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, I was working at the airport, right? And in 93, 94, and the airport made a big change, a lot of changes in 93, 94, right? And I was working in full service. I was working for this company, I forgot the name of it, Pascal's, and one of the guys that owned it was a guy named H.J. Walker. H.J. Russell. Yep. You Google him, H.J. Russell, right? He's from the projects in Atlanta. And I love the fact that when he came through the kitchen, he saw my minimum wage ass and said, sir, how you doing? To me, that was more money.
Wait, Atlanta has a project?
No, it's gone now. It's all gone. The project is gone now. But I love the fact that he came through the kitchen and he made sure that he looked at people as a person. Now some motherfuckers.
Hold on. Let me stop that. Let me stop you right there. That's not being humble. That's being respectful. That's different. But in order for him to put his name on H.J. Russell anything, that takes arrogance. That takes narcissism. That takes believing in yourself, saying that my name is worth putting on a wall. That's not humble. Nobody humble wants to put their name on the wall. Humble people's like, leave my name off the wall.
I wouldn't put my name on the wall.
I would.
Fuck it. I wouldn't.
Remy, would you want your name on the wall?
Yeah.
I would name it
would-
after something
I
that
would
I
name it
like.
more.
You know, I would name it South Bronx Building or some shit. I would name it Michael Augustine. You know, that's the characteristics of a dictator.
Watch it. Let me ask you something. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question now, Uncle Michael. You said what show came on TV was the first time you saw black people living good?
The Cosby Show.
What's the name of the guy that created it?
William H. Cosby.
He could have easily called it the Huxtable Show.
Yeah, he
He
could.
called that's arrogant. I'm saying to my son, you do not get to the other side without having an arrogant attitude. I just don't believe it. And let me tell you what, you'll have that arrogant attitude about life. You can have the arrogant attitude about who you are and what you bring to the table every day and feel like that. That's going to be respected. That's different. Uncle Michael is too humble. He taught me my whole life to be humble. And what I started watching was the people that weren't humble win. And I said, well, what's the difference between me and them? Damn, I'm humble. Humble people are taught to go sit in the corner and humble yourself. Nah, nigga, I'm going to stand up and tell myself I'm that man. Because if I don't, who will? Michael Jordan was arrogant and Kobe Bryant was arrogant. LeBron James is arrogant too. He just carries it differently. He just carries it differently.
I'd rather be a Magic.
You don't get that far without
I'd
being
rather be
arrogant.
a Magic than a Michael
and did
Jordan.
you see Showtime? You ain't watched the documentary?
I
That's
mean,
why they laughing. Magic was with like 3-4 girls in the bed. That's not humble.
Oh,
That's not humble.
I know that was taking
Wait.
advantage of what he, you know. I mean, listen, you know, I would do it as much as I like it. If I had that chance, yes. You know, if
Had what
girls like
chance?
me, I never understood why girls didn't like me. But if girls like me,
Oh, yeah, they
I would
like
have
the
been
ones
like,
that was in
yo,
jail and that was-
you know,
No, they don't like the one that's in jail.
No, that's what he
They
says.
like the women
they like crooks.
confidence.
They like
He said
bums.
like the
No, they
crooks
do
and
not like
bums.
bums
They
and
like
crooks.
liars.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They
we
like.
got a cousin. You got a cousin,
Okay.
Oh,
and we're not gonna say his name.
Okay.
his.
Oh, his. We know. There's only a few of those.
Okay, we got a cousin that is a bum, and no disrespect. He's a
Your
bum.
cousin or my cousin?
Your cousin.
Okay, I got a couple of those.
Your cousin. But I noticed that he told girls lies and he give girls what they want. And he told me, all you gotta do is just lie. And I don't understand.
Yeah, but
that.
here's the thing though. But you're missing the point. He's lying, telling them something else.
Yeah.
They believe the lies.
That's why I still don't understand that girl.
Right?
You know,
Uncle Michael, women want to believe the same and believe in you the same way you want to believe in somebody. You just gotta say positive words.
yeah, I think that, you know,
So in that sense,
think
he's
that
smart.
you need to. I wanted a woman, and I think I got one. Just give me the nectar. Just believe in me. I wanted my
does
wife to
nectar
believe
mean?
in me.
Yeah, what's a
Na-
nectar?
Nectar. Just give me that. I mean, let me just believe in me. Just, you know, it's just something about having a woman that believes that you can succeed. Now, Ray, you can. You know, when I was broke. You know, I working at Goodwill when I met her. You know what I'm saying?
So let me
I
ask you a question. You got a chick that rides the bus with you. Just curious. Rides the bus with you every day. There for the struggle every day. Do you think that's a chick for you?
I believe so.
And I don't.
Let's get out the ghetto together.
And I don't.
Let's work this shit together.
And I
Let's be
don't.
like good times.
And I don't.
Let's be like Jeffersons, moving on
And I
up.
don't
he
believe
don't.
that. And I don't believe that.
And he
Nah,
don't.
I believe. Listen, let me tell you what I believe.
So you
And
say
I don't
look at
want- I
this
don't
bitch
want-
riding the bus?
No, hell no, I wouldn't say that. I believe that people are only are choosing their best option for what they want, right? So I had a girl that rode the bus with me. I don't want to be with her no more, cause she gonna remind me every chance we got. We rode the goddamn bus together.
See,
I don't want to be with nobody to remind me you
different.
came from the
I'm
bus. I don't want to ride. No, I'm being.
I'm
Go ahead.
different. I want a girl. I want to be like
Humble.
this. This is a song by George Benson. this song by George
Give me
Benson
the
called
night.
"Love Times Love."
Okay.
I want you know to start off with. Remember when we didn't have a dime? We were struggling and shit. I want to move up with you. I want us to move up together.
Raymond, do me a
Can't move
favor.
up if you're
Raymond.
going down.
No. How about this? Ask your uncle. When do you move up then?
Uncle Michael, when do you move up?
You got a pro girl. Y'all both
Well,
poor right about. When did y'all move up, Uncle Michael?
The thing about it is, me personally, I think that, you know, I'm not trying to start no shit. I think that this might be a little too much.
No, see, he ain't answering the question.
You know,
still.
and I'm
Raymond,
saying,
ask
moving
him
up-
to answer
okay,
the question.
At what point do you move
Okay,
up?
I tell you what I moved up.
No,
moved up.
no.
At what point
do you move up? Not when did you?
Oh,
what point do you move up?
Whenever you get the opportunity to move up.
Okay, when do you get the opportunity? If y'all both on the goddamn bus, y'all both working, and y'all both struggling to pay
We
bills.
gonna figure this shit out.
When do y'all figure it out?
It might be 2 days before I die, but eventually we
That's
can move
my
up.
point. I don't want to wait to figure it out.
You know,
I want to get it now.
I mean,
Let me tell you something. I was with a girl. Let me tell you something, son. I was with my girlfriend when I was 19, 20. I'm not going to say her name because I still love her, and it's my baby. We cool. But I'll never forget. I wanted to do something in my life, and I was talking about it every day. And then one day, somebody said to her, we used to push wheelchairs together. They said, man, he going to be something one day. Y'all going to be something. And she was like, I hope they do it soon because I'm so tired of him talking about how much money he going to have one day. I want to hear that. Guess what? She ain't got to hear it no more.
yeah. Ray,
Your mom
did your mother ever tell you this story?
You ain't going to be
Ray.
That she ain't got to hear about how much money I want to have. She ain't want to hear it. She ain't got to hear it. Me, I want to talk about dreams. I want to chase my dreams. I want to chase my goals. I don't want a woman around me who's okay with me being nothing. I want a woman around me that said, we ain't nothing right now, babe, but here's the plan for how we going to get something. If she does that, it's different. But just because she riding the bus with you, holding you down with you, I'm talking to my son because Uncle Michael ain't going to never change his thoughts. Hopefully he does. Just because she riding the bus with you and struggling with you don't mean she's the right girl for your come up. That might just mean that she ain't used to shit and that's what she's happy.
My question is, what does it come up?
For the record, I'm not riding the bus.
What about love? And for the record, I wanted to take him on the bus.
He riding the bus.
I mean,
I
shit,
didn't work
man,
this
I love
hard
the
for my
model.
son
Listen, I'm on
to
record.
ride
I
the
love
bus.
the
Find her
model.
in the car now.
Huh?
I gotta find her in the car.
A find in the car was
I
that?
gotta find her in the car.
Oh yeah, of course.
No bus.
See? I'm saving them from the opportunity, Raymond. So Raymond, let me ask you, do you have any questions you want to ask your uncle and your dad? You want to go through?
Uncle Michael, okay, political views. Why do you hate Trump?
I think Trump is an asshole. See, Ray, I goes back way before he was the president. You know what I'm saying? Trump family was sued by.
See what he did? I want you to catch something, son. This is great. He said Trump's family.
No, Trump.
Tell
his
him
company,
to focus on Donald
his company.
Trump.
Why do you hate
He was part
Donald
of this company
Trump?
that was discriminating against black people.
He was a
You know
part
what
of a
I'm saying?
company.
He was part of the company.
Guess what?
that his family
Guess what?
owned.
I worked at a record label. They discriminate against black
I
people
know,
too. You don't hate them.
Yeah, no. And
He
then on
hates
top of
Trump
that-
because he's rich
on top of
and
that,
he's arrogant.
On top of that, everything starts with Central Park. I don't know if you know the case.
The Central Park 5.
These kids, these black kids, and one was Hispanic, got arrested for supposedly raping a white woman. And at that time, you know, they didn't do it, but they fucked their head up so bad that they was just saying shit be like they did it.
Now,
right?
Raymond, I want to ask you a question. Ask him, did Donald Trump do it?
Nope. But what Donald
Uncle
Trump
Michael,
did,
Uncle Michael. did
I don't like
do
Donald
it?
Trump.
He
Donald
just
Trump. Hey,
Dad, wait,
hey, listen.
okay. Dad, why do you like Donald Trump?
I like Trump for the same reasons I like Jay-Z. They're unapologetically themselves.
Well,
They know
I'm
who-
on record.
Hear me out. They know who they are. They know what they're here to do, and they're here to do it. When Trump ran for president, if he listened to everybody, he wouldn't have won. But he believed he could win. He knew he could win, and he won. And my thing is, son, I was the same. I relate to that because at one point in my life, they told me I couldn't be nothing. And I became something. So you can't tell me, the people that, anybody that says you can't, I don't want the people around me. Don't tell me what I can't do. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. You can do anything you want to do. Promise you that. And the reason why I like Trump as a person is because he's been the same person the entire time. See, I'm a Virgo, son. I need consistency. Even if you're a consistent liar, I'm cool with that. But it's when you're right one day, good another day, bad another day, that confuses me. I just want to know who you are. So would I do business with Trump? Probably not, right? Would I want to, I mean, I don't have a problem with him, but do I think he's going to be the next president? Yes. Do I want him to be the next president? I'm still unsure. I think Trump is going to be the next president as a big fuck you to the Democrats for picking the oldest candidate that they thought could beat Trump. And now they're stuck with that old man who's making videos about being old. And
Yeah, but
and
let
for
me be on
for-
record.
Go
Ray.
ahead.
I'm gonna be on record. I want the world to see this. If Trump become the president, he's gonna destroy this country. This country will not be better off after Trump.
Can I say something?
So you think you should go with Biden?
I would say something. No, hear me out.
Oh, of course.
So here's, I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm glad you said that. I do believe. I believe this. I can't say which one I know, but I'm gonna say which one I believe. I believe that if Trump wins, he either is gonna be the shit, or he's going to run this country not into the ground. I think he's going to destroy it. Like, I think it's going to be, and my thing, all I'm saying is this, is that I can't say I know which one, because remember when we wanted him to be, when he was the president first time, we just knew he was going to fuck it up, and it wasn't really that bad. It wasn't that bad.
He did fuck it up.
You had more money in your life when he was president.
No, he don't, because of fucking COVID. I got the little stimulus check. I mean, Trump, right, you don't watch news like I do. I watch news all around the world. He didn't do shit for this country. He said we're going to have universal health care. I remember he said, I'll fix it. Nothing. The deficit. Republicans love the deficit only when Democrats in the office. The deficit is higher under Republicans. You know what I'm saying? What he did was
So let me ask you a question. Ask Uncle Michael why he's a Democrat, or if he's a Democrat Republican. Ask him. I want to know this.
I'm a Democrat.
Why?
Okay. I'm a Democrat because
You got to remember to ask you the questions, though.
Wait. What? Okay.
Go ahead,
I
son.
want to pay attention. What is Democrat and Republican?
Okay.
Like, what are they?
Right. You have to look at, okay, you just can't say, I'm a Democrat. I'm a
Which one's
Republican.
Obama?
Okay, Obama was a Democrat.
Okay.
You got to look at, see, a lot of people just stupid. Look at policies. Look at policies. You know what I'm saying? What the Democrats are offering and what the Republicans are offering. Right?
What is the difference?
Yeah.
The difference is Republicans believe in giving all the money at the top.
That's not
and
what they believe.
Yes, they do. They believe in a trickle-down economics.
No. That's not what they believe.
Yes,
So
they
I'm
do.
guessing you're a Republican?
They
No.
believe in less government.
They believe in less government.
But you know what Trump did? What Trump did when he became the president? He hired a motherfucker for the EPA, right? And the dude that was running the EPA before was suing the EPA to drop all the environment stuff. Now, I worked in Louisiana. Louisiana is the cancer capital of the world. You know what I'm saying? You know, and them folks don't care who's being affected, the poor and the black. Louisiana.
But what's but Uncle Michael? So here's what I don't like that we black people, we outcast other black people who aren't Democrats. Is that true, Uncle
Tell
Michael?
me why
I'm asking you that
respect
question,
him.
huh?
I mean, number one, listen. I can hear something on TV and I know it's a Republican. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what happened in 2016 in Georgia? You know what I'm saying? They fucking purged all these black people off the rolls. You know what I'm saying? Republicans did. You know what I'm saying? Now they changed the rules because we fucked them up in 2020, and then they say, okay, now we're gonna stop it. So we're gonna say, okay, if you get on the line, you can't feed a motherfucker. If you get off the line, you ain't gonna get shit.
So let me ask you a question. Do you believe? So let me tell you a story, Raymond. I was a Democrat to the day. If you was a Republican around me, I thought you hated black people. You only wanted. I don't think I was raised like that. So I'm dealing with this girl, and her friend says to me, her father was the mayor of Colorado Springs. Never forget. And I was like, oh, okay, dope. And she was like, he's a Republican. I was like, I looked at Uncle Michael. Your father's a Republican. Man, Raymond, you would have thought that girl was the devil. And she was like,
She was.
She wasn't.
She
was not, Raymond. She wasn't. See,
Was she black?
She was black. Her name was, she was black.
Those motherfuckers I want to fight.
Nah, see what I'm
I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to be around black
She
people.
said to me, she asked me a question, I'll never forget. She said, do you think that people should benefit from their own actions and not anything else? And I was like, yeah. She was like, do you want people to take your money and make you help other people because they're not handling their business? And I was like, hell no. And she was like, well, you might be having some Republican views.
Right.
Change my thought
That's
process.
bullshit, what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. I would love to see her. That's just
This was
bullshit.
20 years ago.
Now you want me to work for your daddy, and he got this big ass company, and I'm my black ass working for you, busting my ass, ain't getting shit. You're not gonna give me any unions. You're not gonna give me any fucking health care. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit they tell you.
Let me ask you a question. What have they given me?
Huh? Right? What the difference between me
I'm
and
asking you a
Let's
simple
be
question.
real.
What did they give me?
The difference between me and you is that you don't give a fuck.
What?
It took me a long time.
What?
It took me a long time to notice this about you. I remember I was reading something. Me and you I put something that I disagreed in Facebook, and the person did not know that I was your uncle. You know, something I forgot it was, and then he said, "Yeah, Ray is an asshole." You know, and he said Ray is about this and Ray's about that, and I was like, "That's true."
Can I say? Okay.
That's true.
I got a great question for my son, guys. Great question. I got an amazing question for you.
Let's hear it.
Would you have the choice between two daddies, okay? One daddy is nice, great heart. He gives to everybody. He takes care of everybody. He gives his last to everybody. But y'all poor. Right? So no, he's giving his last. His last ain't his last million. He's giving his last $6 to a homeless person because they needed it. Or you have another dad who's an asshole, but he getting paid. And not only is he getting paid, he bringing the money home to you and your family. And y'all making money. Which daddy do you want?
Definitely the second one.
Uncle Michael, which one?
I think personally that's what's wrong with America.
No.
That's what's wrong with Black America. You know what I'm saying? I think personally that's what's wrong with
No. Here's my point.
That's why I don't believe there's no love anymore.
Okay, no. Uncle Michael is love. But my point I'm at.
Bullshit. Where's the love at? There's no love. It's about convenience.
No, that's what life's about.
Nah, I'm just saying this.
Uncle Michael, do you love your nephew?
I do love
You
my
love
nephew.
both of us?
Yes, I do.
I still had to make it a little convenient for you to move in, though.
You did.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You did, but
It's
because-
okay, by the way.
I know.
See, Uncle Michael, I want you to understand that is. Listen, let me tell you something. I got friends that I grew up with. He know a couple of my childhood friends. None of my childhood friends are doing well for themselves. Should I give them some of my money so they could do better?
No, I mean if you want to.
No, I'm asking, should I? Yes or no? You got a decision to make.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. I mean, basically, if you like the shit that you go through, and you know the whole family and the people that you know, when people think that you supposed to give them, that's wrong. You made your bet and you made it, and I'm glad you made it. The problem with a lot of people, including myself, you know, that's why I try to get up and go to
You
work.
never had a chance.
The problem with myself is that I don't think that what you give me is
for you.
extra.
Yeah.
It's some extra
No,
shit.
it don't have to be, though.
No, but I know that I got you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was out FEMA. I'm like, fuck this. I need to go home. And they would go home. You losing all this money. And I'm thinking, shit. Well, shit. I got my nephew.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna admit. I got 10% of me saying, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me feel bad for myself.
So can I tell you something? Can I tell you who you can now be?
Ooh.
You can now be the opposite of those little kids that you resented who had a daddy.
I did.
Now you can be the uncle that has a nephew, rather than the uncle who doesn't have a nephew who's like, my nephew ain't shit. My nephew don't do nothing for me. Then you're like, well, my nephew takes care of me, give me everything I want. You can be that guy, but you have to believe you deserve it. And humble
Sometimes I don't think I deserve
people
this
don't
shit.
believe they deserve anything.
I don't think I deserve it. Because, you know, I mean, I'm glad that you made it. I think about you. I don't know if your mother ever told you a story. And I'm telling you a story. And I bet you your mother don't even remember saying this story. But when you was about 4 years old, Lorraine said she had you in the carriage, and then she said that somebody came up to her and said that this kid is going to be somebody in life.
What?
Yeah, ask her. I never forget that. You know, and I was meaning to always tell you this story.
That's
But-
crazy. I never heard this.
Yeah,
3
ask
years
your mother.
old.
We were living in the projects. This before you moved to Patterson
Yeah.
Project, and they said you're going to be somebody in life.
Mm.
And then I said, and I thought about it. I said, damn, she was right. She was right. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, you know, and then I was lucky enough to be 13 years older than you, and I had no fucking friends.
Yeah.
And
I was
you
the
had
only
to be my
friend. I was your friend.
You're my
Yep.
friend. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? You know, and I remember when you was born and everything. You know what I'm saying?
His relationship is a lot similar to you and Dre.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember when you was born, and you know, and I saw you growing up. And at least you did. What I liked about you, Ray, and I ain't saying nothing about nobody else. Nobody else. You and Nadia is y'all love me for me, and that's why you and Nadia is tight for me. Now, nothing against anybody else, but you know, at least y'all would call me up and says, "How you doing?" And what I really do like about it, I went to a period in my life where I was like mad at the man upstairs because I didn't have any kids, and you allowed me to be part of your kids' life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, and then now my wife got 4 grandkids, and I love them to death. You know what I'm saying? And I tell my wife, allow me to be part of it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things. Every time I see something on TV, you 15 years old, I say to myself about you. And I got to tell Ray. So somebody over here got to a car accident. Whole bunch of kids come from school, crashed the car. 3 died. 1 lived, the driver lived. And I was like, I thought about you. I was like, Ray, don't make those decisions. That's the problem. I mean, you at the age where you're only thinking about, you know, girls and popularity and the
And
internet. And what?
Money.
Yeah, money is important, but to me, money is not. Okay,
Money
Ray,
is
I'm saying
important.
money and sex is not important to me no more, like it used to be. Money and sex is not important. And when I was your age, money and sex is important. You know, now I'm like,
But-
I just want to live a quality life, and I just want to live a quality life.
What
That's
gives
why-
you a quality life?
Okay.
Money.
I love my job.
And
I
love, Raymond.
working for FEMA, and then what I do is I go out and I help people, and I sometimes that I broke down and cried.
And gotta tell you something, I do the same. Me and you do the same thing for a living. You know that, right?
Yeah,
We help people.
yeah, yeah.
We provide a service.
Yeah,
That's
and
what,
you know,
that's what you and I both do. Is just that I decided to get rich with my service, and you don't want to.
I mean,
If FEMA offered you $1 million to do that job, would you take it?
Yes.
I'll probably take it. I mean, if they're gonna give it to me.
No.
I mean, you know,
Would you
but I
take
probably
it?
would give it away.
You damn sure would.
I would not.
That's my point.
Nadia
Uncle
always
Michael,
used to
you're
say-
telling the world. I want you to understand something. You're telling the world I don't deserve when you give it away. That's why I want you to understand. God is a literal God. He just sees what you're saying. Like, and by the way, I ran into a whole lot of money, and that's all I would do: give my money away, give my money away.
You did.
And I would give it to everybody, and then I would be making great money, but then I would be realizing like none of the people would give back to me.
Yeah, they wouldn't. Yeah,
So my thing was that I'm gonna be a giver at my leisure.
at times, yeah.
At my leisure,
Yeah.
I will give when I want to give, and I
Right.
will not when I don't want to give.
Right.
I'm not gonna take anything because I'm not a taker at all.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm
yeah.
gonna give when I want to give.
Oh, you taught me how to be a taker,
What?
Uncle Michael, is
Hold
that
the
the
fuck
reason why you
on.
don't like Elon?
huh?
Hold on. I
He
taught you how
taught me how to be a taker by giving me shit.
Oh, I was gonna say shit. I was gonna say, God
Receiver.
damn.
You mean the
I mean,
receiver.
That didn't sound good. I taught y'all to
receiver.
listen. Rich dad, poor dad. Rich dad, poor dad. You got a rich dad, a rich dad, a poor dad, and it's not money that makes a rich dad or poor dad. It's mentality.
You right.
And what I'm trying to tell you is that like Raymond, I love my uncle. I worship him. I will give Uncle Michael if he came and said, if I want him to be arrogant one day and say, Ray, I think I need a foreign car. I'll be like, let's go get that motherfucker because you don't want nothing. But my thing, y'all said, is this, is that I want you to have, and that's why the reason why I started this podcast. It was two reasons, because I wanted to do something with you guys, but I also know how the podcast business work, and I know that there's money in these conversations, number one. And then number two, I wanted to show you how to just do without thinking. Because I've been telling little Raymond for 9 months to do a podcast. He keeps saying, what does it look like, Dad? When do I shoot? What do I talk about? And I said, sometimes you got to just put the camera on and go. And now look at you, son.
Yeah.
Shooting your own podcast.
Well, what I like about Lil Ray is, you know, he believes in himself. He don't think that he's less.
He not.
I mean, I'm just saying is that he never did, and he don't understand those that 3 or 4 days that I've been driving, and I be like, okay, I'm gonna pick him up. I'm just gonna listen to music.
Yeah.
And then he gets in the car, and I'm
not
like,
listening to music.
and then I sent to that scene, Ray, you know, and I was like, I'm not gonna lecture you.
I remember
What
what
I'm
it
not gonna
was
lecture
it,
you.
son?
It was in the morning. He was taking me to school, and
He was late.
No, I was not late.
Yes, he was.
I had like 3 minutes to get to school. 3 minutes to get to class, and I got on time. And then he said he saw that kids had pajamas on, and he was like, he just started saying, man, y'all, this is the wrong generation. Y'all, these people don't have no priorities, just come to school. He was like, I used to love to come to school. First of all, like he said, I'm about to be late. He's still talking. I used to love to come to school. I used to come to school. I used to come to class. I used to
Books.
teach them books.
I love
used
it.
to teach my teachers about Black history.
Yes.
It was like,
I think, you
Oh
know,
my God, I
I
need
mean,
class.
think about it. And, no, I also said that he's in this, the way the school system in this country is made of the counties, and the counties got money. And this school got so much fucking resources, and some schools in this county don't have shit. I mean, other counties don't have shit. You know what I'm saying? You know,
So whose fault is that?
I know, it's you know what it is? It's the fault of the people. The problem is, Ray, you know, those are fucking Republicans.
that's news.
Those motherfucking Republicans,
Knew it.
they play. One thing about Trump is, Trump, you know, Trump, the smart. One of the things that he said that I always remember. He said, "I love the uneducated people." You
When he
remember
said that?
he said, "I love the uneducated."
I don't know if that's a proper quote. I don't know.
No, he did that. He said that.
Who was he
I-
referring to?
He was referring to his followers. You know what I mean? You know,
Why
you know
would
what
he
it
say
is?
that?
Because number one, they would listen to whatever he said. If I was to ever see Trump, I would say, "Motherfucker, do you ever admit wrong?" He never admit wrong. He's never trying to learn. He's never trying to. Okay, I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when he said that shit about John McCain, I don't know. You know who John McCain was?
I like
He
winners
was
and
a
losers.
senator.
Uncle Michael, I'm into politics.
Okay,
heavy.
when he said that about John McCain,
He's out like winners.
I said it was over. It's over. I remember saying to myself, it's over. You don't talk about the military veteran. veteran, and then you disrespect them. That's why I think this whole fucking country is full of shit, personally. Because they don't care about
Can I
veterans.
tell you something though? I think we're all full of shit.
That's true.
Hear me out. I think
Even I'm full of shit.
I think we're all full of shit. I think we all have contradictions, and I think that we all have those issues. But that's why I say, Raymond, do what makes you happy.
True.
Do what you want. Let me tell you something. My family will see me with $10 million and feel sorry for the person who didn't work and tell me to take care of them.
Yeah.
Rather than telling that person, get off your ass and be like Ray.
Yeah. One of your cousins
That's
said
why.
that.
That's why I'm doing this with you.
One of your cousins said that, that you was now the leader, and then you supposed to give, and you supposed to lead. And I'm like, how is he the leader?
You should or me?
No, him.
Me.
Okay. One of his cousins said that, and he's like, well, Ray's the leader, Ray's this. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing, Ray? You had to get your high school diploma. You ain't got your high school diploma. You had to do something to make your life quality. And I believe that cousin that we're talking about is one of the most talented cousins that's here.
Yeah.
I see he's very talented. The point is, we
gotta make effort cool in the black community.
Right. And
By the way, you too. No.
that's true.
No, you got to give effort too. Effort doesn't always. You think effort is getting off your ass and working. Effort can be trying to learn something different, trying to embrace something different. Uncle Michael, you're not always right, and just because poor people went through it doesn't mean that they deserve everything that people give them, because they got to go do the same shit we do. Listen, I started off as Uncle Michael. We was poor as fuck, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. The reason why I am where I am right now is because I had to get off my ass and believe that there was something for me if I got off my ass. And that requires going to compete against everybody, everyone, everywhere. That doesn't mean staying in your comfort zone around your little friends and all that other shit. I walk through that airport every day, son, and see people pushing wheelchairs and see people running bags. The same job I did. And every time I see it, I say one thing to myself. Thank God I had some balls. Thank God that I believed in myself and I said I'm going to go for it regardless of what people say around me. And what I'm telling you is that I believe that there are people who just have lost their whole life and doesn't like winners. And if you don't like seeing people win, how the fuck do you ever expect to win?
I see it different. I like for all of us to win.
No, but all of us ain't going to win, Uncle Michael.
You know what I'm saying?
What was our team in the 90s? What was our basketball team?
The Knicks.
Did they win?
Nope.
Guess what? I wish you told me to be a Laker fan when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I would have been growing up winning championships. But I grew up praying
They
for
lost to his GOAT.
I believe that I don't know, Ray.
not my GOAT, the GOAT.
I believe that, like, black people, we have more money than we have. If we take just black people alone, we would be the number 10th richest country in the world. Just black people in America.
Oh, that's deep.
Just for black people in America. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of money. The problem is we don't have the unity. Like Malcolm X said, everybody knows that.
Uncle Mike, can I ask a question?
What?
I got it, because I want to get this out. I got to ask you a question. Uncle Michael, if you met a Republican, a black Republican, who said, hey, man, I saw you on your nephew's show. I really want to mentor you in business and help you get up. Black man, I want to be friends and work with you. Do you work with him every day and be his friend?
Let me tell you, Ray, if I met a black Republican,
forget
I'm
he's
going to watch his
Republican.
ass.
Oh,
See?
I'm going to watch it.
And hear me out. Hear me
I'ma
out.
watch it.
And what I'm going to tell
I don't think it's a black Republican I like today.
Oh, your nephew's. I ain't a Republican. I want to say what I am, but
I'm
I'm
going to
really
watch
not.
his ass.
But my point is this. And that's the difference between you and me.
I
don't care what color, creed, race, sex, gender you come from. If you can help me be better, I want it.
Yeah,
I
but
want it, and I want it right
you
now.
turn me
and
against my people.
but here's out.
I'm
Here's
sorry.
out. Here's me out. Here's you out. Your people ain't always the people you started with. Sometimes you got to get with different people, and sometimes you got to do different.
You know what we
And-
fucked up, Ray?
Tell me.
We fucked up because we integrate.
Well, Uncle Michael, that's a bigger picture thing that
We
we can't
integrate.
stop. Little Ray, you want to know what that mean?
Yeah, what does integrate mean? What do you mean by that?
That means we started hanging out with the white people.
White people are kind of cool, actually.
I mean, they're cool, but I'm just saying is, New York, let's be real. New York is very multi-ethnic, right? And you can go to a neighborhood that, they call Little Italy, run by Italians, right? Fucking Italians run everything. They got the businesses and everything. They got a place in New York, Crown Plaza, Crown Heights. Jews run that shit. Jews own the store. Before you was born, there was something in New York. that black people was trying to boycott the Korean store, right? And because the Koreans were disrespecting black people, right? And they had this black guy who I can't stand named Roy Ennis, and he gets on TV. I'm gonna give them food. You know what I'm saying? But I remember my boss who was Jewish. He said, we wouldn't have ever had that Korean store in our neighborhood. They would find other ways to get rid of them because Jews believe in keeping money. I worked for a Jewish chef, and he said, part of our religion is we gonna look out for each other. Look what's happening in Israel. I agree with that 100,000. I disagree with what they're doing 1,000%. But any Jew from around the world, they're gonna say we're gonna look out for Israel.
Self-preservation.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. But that's not wrong.
I don't think it's wrong
because let me tell you something. If everybody's looking out for their own, then everybody's own is fine.
But they keep us. They put us in a way,
Michael,
where we don't really look out for each other.
No, we allow that mentality to come in. I'm looking out.
Yeah, but Ray, I'm not trying to disrespect you, Ray, but what you doing, and is a 1 in a million.
I don't believe that.
Yes, right. I work for a record company. I seen records came. There's a guy who was on divorce court. He had a number 1 song, right? And the nigga wound up being broke, and he was working at the airport, Atlanta airport. All he had was that gold record. You know what I'm saying? The point, I think that we need to be strategic in what we want to be. Like fucking, music business is good, but you need a backup plan.
Raymond, fuck a backup plan.
Whatever
you want to go with, we're going to go in life. And by the way, that's how we're going to end the show right now. Fuck a backup plan. Fuck a backup plan. If you believe in yourself, if you know it, go for it. Backup plans is for people that are like, well, what if it don't work? And I'd rather focus on what if it does.
Well, I think you need to take, you have a plan and always have a backup plan. Like if you want to be the president, you want to become a senator, you want to become a congressperson.
Nah.
You want to be a fucking rapper? How many 60-year-old rappers that you got out here? Man, I wanted to be a rapper.
Melly Bell.
I like Melly Mel, but I'm just saying this. How many 60-year-old motherfuckers? I remember I was working for this job, and it was this dude, I swear to God, he was 70 years old. He was like, man, I got this shit coming out. What the fuck you made? You got this shit coming out. Nigga!
Talks about my cousin who do this all the time.
But other than that,
and guys, that's why we call this 3Gs. 3 generations, 3 Gs. And I was raising this, and I want this show to be something that families can watch together because this proves that all black people are not the same. Even though we would like to think we are, we're not. And we need to embrace different and be open to different, and I hope that that's what comes from this show. My name is Ray Daniels. This is my Uncle Michael, a.k.a. Uncle Chump, a.k.a. the bootleg historian. See, even then, he puts bootleg on his name.
Because I didn't have any
no,
education.
Just call yourself the black
historian. I know a lot more
historian.
shit.
Call yourself a black historian.
Bootleg.
Bootleg is like
I like bootleg. I like bootleg.
Okay,
Okay,
so let's do that. Let's stay with that. And this is my son,
the kid that got it all.
The kid that has it all, and because his dad did everything in the power before he was born to make sure he had access, rather than making kids without having access and fucking up and breaking and killing our generation. I wanted to break the chains that Uncle Michael told me to break, and my son is a manifestation of that, and so is my daughter.
And then next time we talk, I'm going to tell you why I believe Drake is not a rapper, and why I believe that wasn't really a big fan of Jay-Z.
Next week.
I
can't wait.
I think Southern rap fucked up this country. I think West Coast rap. Oh God, don't let me get started on West Coast rap.
Oh Michael, we gotta wrap the show. We gotta save that for next week. It's gonna be so funny to do. This is 3Gs. We are out. Let's go.